Oh, wrong one. There we go. There you go. Feast your eyes on my graphics whilst I start talking. Anyway, look, I just want to start and say what a performance this was. And do you know what? You said great mentality from Abdul Kodir from Kusanov, and yeah, I will agree. His mentality really good to come back from what he did. I'm going to speak about him a lot in a minute, but great mentality from the whole team today. We've seen so many times recently, like just when we start losing, we drop our heads. We've been seeing that so much. Just look at Tottenham. No, look at Tottenham. Look at PSG. Look at all these games. But today we started losing, and we didn't drop our heads. We kept looking up. We kept looking forward. And we won the game because of it. Chelsea, for me, they were there to be taken on. Before their win in the Premier League against Wolves, they'd been on like a 5-winless streak. Still a difficult game, but we took it on brilliantly, and I'm going to speak about it in a minute. I know Marmoush's got the lowest rating on the pitch, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, hopefully I can. Just to say, I'm very happy with Marmoush. Let's not get it twisted. This midfield three, play like that every week, and I will sing your praises all the time, every day, if I have to. Honestly, brilliant midfield three. But let's start from the top. Ederson today, for me, doesn't put a foot wrong. The goal we conceded at the beginning, it isn't his fault. And I don't think he can really do anything better. For me, he's just doing what he would do on a back pass, but the back pass is just weak, of course, and it really does him over. Connect, read my 4-1 Arsenal comment. Wow. Here we go. I've been asking to play like Arsenal 4-1 for months, and we did it so buzzing. I know it was such a good performance today, and it was such a breath of fresh air. We all said that the Ipswich game was a really good performance. For me, this is even better. I think this was so good today. We looked so controlled, despite going down 1-0 in 3 minutes. Okay, we kept our heads. Chelsea could have punished us further, but we got past that difficult 5-10 minutes, and we controlled from there, and it was so good to watch. Starting with Ederson, though, I thought he didn't put a foot wrong. Like I mentioned, the goal didn't come down to him. And his assist to Haaland, you could clearly see that the long ball was on in that second half. It was so on. It got us 2 goals. He plays one to Haaland. He goes and scores a lovely goal. He plays one into De Bruyne, who heads it onto Haaland, who slips in Foden. The strength from Haaland there, fantastic stuff from him. Slips it into Foden. Foden runs in, slots it home. The long balls today absolutely destroyed Chelsea in that second half. It's because they tried to play man-to-man. I don't know if you noticed, but they were basically marking us man for man, and that meant that they only had one guy on Haaland. You give Haaland a 1v1, Haaland will say yes to a 1v1 every single week, knowing that he could probably lose, but knowing that if he wins, he's in one-on-one, basically. Phil Foden was really intelligent too in it, and it was just so well done by City. I was so happy with it. Ederson, I didn't want him starting today. I was really not happy with his distribution against PSG. Well, that is how you bounce back, because brilliant game. Núñez, I give him an 8, genuinely. I thought he was so good today. The runs he was making, and defensively, I thought he was solid. I thought he did really good on Jadon Sancho. And this is a guy that doesn't play right back. He's not a right back, he's a midfielder. And for me, I thought he was so good, and I give him little bonus points. But he's filling in a position that is difficult to fill. It's not like any other midfielder did this. I thought he was so good, and props off to Núñez. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm all for him to stay next season. Probably not. But look, Núñez, tap yourself on the back, because I thought you were stunning. Omar, I'm actually so impressed with. Debut against the best fullback in the league who pockets everyone and did brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that, because that is a point to be had, and I said it multiple times in the game. Kusanov wasn't that great today, but we have to give him time. Look, I've given him a 7 because for me, look, first 5-10 minutes, within like the first 5 minutes, to be honest, does that horrible error. I felt so bad for him when he makes that mistake, and then he goes and gets himself booked basically straight after. I felt so bad for him. It's so rough. He's in a new country. He doesn't speak English. Everything felt like he was against him today. And for me, I thought he did absolutely brilliant after that to keep his head screwed on. Didn't go into any super silly challenges. Every time he did something for me, it went right from there on. He misplaced a couple passes, but everyone did. It's common. And I thought it was strength from Nicholas Jackson. It's like the one thing he did in the second half, but I thought he did brilliantly on it. And he got a good tackle on Jadon Sancho, which he was always going to win. You could see it a mile off. We haven't had a super good demonstration of his pace just yet, but I think that is to come. So for me, Kusanov 7. Akanji, I give him a 7 too. I thought he was solid. Wasn't too happy with him on the Kusanov mistake as well. But again, after that, I thought he was fine. Sky's an absolute disgrace, by the way, the way they're going in on him. Yeah, I wasn't happy with that either, because I watched that, and they said, all right, so we're going to have a look at Kusanov's bad start to the game, okay? And fair enough, you're obviously going to look at that as a talking point. But then they said, but we're also going to have a look at how he recovered from that and how he did after that. They didn't have a look at that. They literally had a look at his yellow. They had a look at the goal he created for Chelsea, and didn't have a look at any of the good he did, which was such a shame. I thought it would have been nice of Sky acknowledging his mistakes, but how he took it on afterwards. Lewis MCFC, welcome to the chat. Big ups. So for me, Kusanov, great mentality to keep your head screwed on, to not lose your head, to just keep it up. Such a good win today, and I think Kusanov's a part of that. He had a good block in there too, so I give him a 7 rightly. If he doesn't make that mistake, it's probably a 7.5. Vardio 7.5. Look, if he scores the 2 other chances he gets in that half, or at least gets the target and gets them on target, for me, I'm giving him like a 8.5 probably. But look, I'm not going to complain. He scored a great goal, fought defensively. Noni Madueke, not the easiest defender to keep quiet, but I thought he did a decent job at it. Blinking at that is bright. Blinking at I thought he did brilliantly defensively. Vardio for the most part struggled a bit. Okay, Madueke is a very quick winger, but for me, I thought Vardio was really good today. Really, really good. And I know Sky gave him the man of the match too, which kind of surprised me a little bit, but I'm not going to complain of it. I think he could have given it to most players. Gundogan, Kova, I'll do those together because I thought they were quite similar in a sense to their game. Vardio 9, Rolls Royce. I did think Vardio was really good. Maybe I should give him an 8. What did you think of my DM comment? I'm going to keep that on screen because I'm going to speak about that after I cover the midfield. Gundo 7, Kovacic 7. I thought they were quite similar but quite different in their games today. I thought Gundo really, really surprised me with how good he was. Really played well. And for me, just keep doing that. And I think we might be fine, Look, we need pacier midfielders. There's no hiding that, Alright, so welcome to the chat. Glimpse. I'll read your comment in just a second. But today I thought they handled themselves really well against a very pacey, energetic midfield from Chelsea. Look at the midfielders they had. Cole Palmer in there, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and I thought we were really well composed against them. So fair play to our midfielders for doing all that. Anyway, so this comment, get a DM, seriously, this team can do anything this season apart from win the league. Yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something there. Look, league is essentially gone. Okay, like the chances of us winning it are like that though. Okay, but get the DM who's good, is ready, and I don't think top 4 is an issue. I think you get top 4. So for me, I think it's absolutely crucial. For me, it's absolutely crucial that we sign a DM, and I really hope we do. Apparently, we're signing this in Naipan. I spoke about him a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, or something on stream. Apparently, we're signing him, but I really hope that's not a DM. I believe he's more of an attacking midfielder. I think he's one for the future. I believe that a loan move to Girona is being discussed. Great win for you. Didn't watch it as my phone died and I was out, so couldn't physically watch it. But I know Sanchez was a horror as usual. Sanchez wasn't great, but I wasn't complaining. Welcome to the chat, of course, Glimpse. IDK, if you saw my comment at halftime, but Bernardo, fantastic today. He got man of the match for me. I thought Bernardo was stunning. I thought he was so good today, Bernardo. Everywhere on the pitch. I complained at PSG, okay, like we all did, about Bernardo. Didn't want him in this game. And I said that I missed a Bernardo that would 1 minute be at the centre backs for us, but then next minute he'll be at Chelsea at the opposition centre backs, and he'll be everywhere. Okay, that's what Bernardo is. So much energy, covering basically everywhere on the field because that's how much energy he had. And Bernardo Silva absolutely covered the field today for the most part. Maybe not like how he could when he was 28, 29. Okay, but look, he's in that backstage of his career now, and so he's not going to be able to do it quite as well, but I thought this was a blinking close interpretation of it. He was so good today, Bernardo. Can't take anything away from him, and he gets my man of the match, and he didn't even get a goal contribution. That shows how good he was for me. So crucial today. Hull played against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane on Friday, and we won 3-0 against the second in the league. It was the best away game I've been to. Oh, well, there you go, Glimpse. Maybe you're on the rise now. Hull finally getting out of the rutter. See, we do give players credit when credit is due. Absolutely. Why wouldn't we? Why can't players be credited when it's right to be? Just as why can't we criticise players when it's right to criticise them? Imagine an Emirates win next week. Don't get me thinking. Just got to think about Club Brugge first. But it would be nice. Foden 7.5. I thought Foden was good today without the goal, to be honest. Big ups to everyone tuning in, by the way. We've got a lot of people in here, so it would mean a ton if you could hit the likes. We've got 9 people there, but 1 like according to my YouTube, so something can't be right there, guys. So if we could hit the likes, that would mean an absolute ton. So big ups to everyone tuning in so far. But Foden, I thought he was really good. I thought some of the passing he was doing, some of the dribbling he was doing, was all just great stuff from Phil. So Phil Foden, I'm really happy with his game today. Another big step towards doing the right stuff. Rory Talks Football, I believe his name is, and had a big pop at Foden after the PSG game, as most rivals did. I'd love to see what they say now. They won't say anything, okay? But Phil Foden today, stunning game. I just like because you peer pressured me. Big ups, Glimpse. Marmoush made so many runs today that weren't found. Hopefully, him and KDB, a few more games and chemistry. Seriously, it will be scary. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. It's Marmoush now. Yeah, Marmoush for me. Look, I was very happy with Marmoush today. Let's not get it twisted. For me, the reason why he's lowest on the field, by the way, I know it looks harsh, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying what I saw. The runs he was making were really good, and it was almost frustrating when I saw players didn't make the passes. But to be fair, it's because they don't know Marmoush, they don't know what he's like. And hopefully he gets to play with KDB soon, and maybe KDB will see those runs and will exploit them. Marmoush, it's his first game in the side. Players aren't going to quite know how he likes to play just yet. But hopefully that'll grow in time, and hopefully, give it a few games. Sadly he can't play against Bruges, but hopefully it just all ticks into place the moment we know who we're dealing with Marmoush. But for me, the things that did tick away from him a little bit was he had a shot at the edge of the box at one point in the first half. He had a shot placed at the edge of the box in the second half. Had a shot at the end of the second half. Not at the end, but at some point. And for me, I think he's got to play that ball to Phil. It's just little things now. Got to play that ball to Phil for me. But on the whole, I know it's probably trying to get the goal on your debut. Impress a little bit. And I get it. Of course I do. Savinho was desperate to get that first goal, and I no doubt Marmoush will find it sooner than he did. But for me, Marmoush, maybe just play the pass next time. But on a whole, one more thing, and which has just chipped away from his rating a little bit, was offside runs. Whether it comes down to players not making the pass soon enough, or whether it comes down to his run being poor. Although I loved some of his runs that he was making, and was really disappointed when players didn't pick him up, was he was caught offside like 3 times. I believe in the first half. Don't think it happened at all in the second half. But on a whole, the runs, it's just a couple of offside runs. Again, that'll get drilled out of his game once learning the Premier League style compared to how he was at Frankfurt. It's going to take a little bit of time. Who knows? Maybe he'll tick it next game. But for me, Marmoush, on a whole, a good debut, a debut to be proud of, and a debut to build on. Watch this game back. See every time you were on the ball. See every time your teammates are on the ball and the runs you were making. How maybe you can communicate that to them so that they know that to do that a bit more. And how maybe give tips to them. They can't be avoided to criticisms. Like say, if you see me about to make a certain movement, you gotta watch me because I'm gonna make a good run. Okay, that kind of stuff. And that's all I'd be doing for Marmoush. For me, good game from him, and I'm so excited to see him whenever he plays next, whether it's against Arsenal or the next. Really excited. Haaland up top, he gets a 8. For me, goal, assist. He didn't really have much service today. Very much got it from Edison, if anyone. Didn't get tons of service, so I was very happy with his stuff today, Marmoush. Haaland. The assist he gets, it's so much strength. He holds it so well. Like, it can't be understated. It's a strength at its best, to be honest. And I was really, really happy with it. What do you think Pep was saying to Palmer? I'm not sure. I didn't catch it, so I didn't even catch how they were talking. Maybe I'd have to have a look at a clip of it or something. Maybe you're saying we've got a secret buyback clause in your contract and we're going to buy you. Probably not. But look, Haaland, the goal he gets is so well done. Capitalizes on a poor stuff from Sanchez, and it was brilliant. Connect up your rating to from Marmoush to a 7. Thinking about my criticisms and thinking about my pluses, it probably is a bit more of a 7. So Marmoush probably is a 7. I was probably a tad bit harsh. Sissy looking at German midfielder, ITK man. You got a name? Wanna drop a name? Maybe a couple letters of the name? But big ups anyway. German midfielder, that's great. Thank you for letting us know. I'll have a look. Maybe it's Joshua Kimmich. Maybe I've called it. We'll see. Moving on to the subs, though. Connect Marmoush agenda. Marmoush agenda. I just can't stand the guy. He needs to be gone. He's been here long enough now. Where's his first goal? Where's his first assist? Come on. John Stone 6.5 when he came on. Just made sure the ship remained as it was. Kept the ship nice and tidy. Kept it going. He plays from Munich. Well, maybe it's Kimmich. Joshua. Yeah, if we could sign him, good, but we'll see. Sorry, just a Henry talks of my nonsense there. On to De Bruyne 7. I thought when he came on, just looked sharp. And look, with the signing of Marmouche, you might actually be able to see De Bruyne maybe benched a little bit more or taken off a little bit sooner. So that, because recently De Bruyne's been playing 90 minutes a bit or very late into the game, and it's been getting a bit leggy at the end, which you can't blame him. He's doing a lot of running. Transfer news live, you will find it. All right. I'll keep my eyes on that. Nice top, by the way. I think I have the same one. Thank you. Decided to go a bit different from just wearing a football shirt today. And hey, it worked. Maybe I should wear this against Club Brugge. Maybe I should wear this against Arsenal. We'll see. But De Bruyne just came on and he had the energy, holding out the corner flag. I absolutely love that. It reminds me of Jack Grealish and Haaland. Jack Grealish and Haaland versus Newcastle in treble season. I absolutely adored the corner flag tactic there. It was so nice. But oh man, Ipswich, this is rough. I've just realised that they played us last week and they're playing. They played Liverpool this week. It's literally just like opening week when they played Liverpool match day 1 and they played us match day 2. That's a rough 2 weeks for them, and it showed. Big up to everyone tuning in. Is it me or did the team have a good shape when defending second half? We were so much better defensively. I don't know if that's because John Stones and Akanji ended up being our centre-back pairing. We actually had like 2 centre-backs that know each other and they know each other well through and through. And they held it well. It's not like Vardiol slipping at centre-back, because Vardiol, for me, he probably can do centre-back, but he hasn't got that same relationship Stones and Akanji and Diaz might have at centre-back when he plays there, because he doesn't play centre-back. He's good on the left-back for us. But for me, second half, we defended really, really well, especially when Chelsea upped the pressure after we got our goals. It's just nice to be able to joke and not be ranting for once. I know, man. I had such a rant after PSG, and rightly so, man. It was awful. But today, it's just so happy to be able to smile and laugh and be happy with a performance. Be happy to see 2 new players that we've been linked to since the beginning of January play on the field. I'm excited to see Vital Hayes. I wonder when he'll play. Maybe against Leyton Orient, potentially. That maybe he'll be his first start. We'll see there. Either way, though, this performance was so good from City, and I can ask for much more. I went into this game really worried because we were speaking about how big this game is. To be honest, we really were speaking about the magnitude of this game and what it could hold ahead of us. But for me, we took it on really, really well, and we controlled Chelsea. Hey, if we didn't have that mess up early, who knows how it could have gotten? It could have went. Now then, I do just want to have a look at the Premier League table now, so we can have a good idea of how we're looking ahead of Arsenal next week. So, at the moment we're 4th, which is good. Really, 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 really nice. Really happy to be sitting 4th in the league. Our form is so much better than it was. 4 wins and 1 draw in 5. So, really, really happy about that. Chelsea are behind us by a point, so we're by no means clear. Newcastle only 3 goals behind us on the goal difference. So, look, it's close. It's really close. And we play Newcastle soon. But the next game in the Premier League is Arsenal for us. You know, we've got this game to worry about. It'll be at the Emirates. There are pluses going into this. I know Saka's probably not going to be available. I know Odegaard might not be available. So, look, there are things we need to take in. They might have a striker by then. We'll see. Apparently, they are actively looking for a striker. But if he starts or not, maybe a different question. Nonetheless, though, Arsenal is for another stream. And the topics will be for us. Will be Club Brugge next. Looks like your watch along got good views. Well done. Yeah, a lot better than some of them do. So, really happy with the Chelsea watch along. I think it almost got 200, which is quite nice. Best form in league. Weren't we like 8 points behind Chelsea like a month ago? Yes, something like that. Partly comes down to how bad they were doing. Best form in league, I think, is about right, by the way. Yeah, I think you're right. Only team that kind of rivals it is Newcastle, who've had 4 wins, one loss in the last 5. So, yeah, these are some really good wins that we've been picking up recently. Some people say it's Ipswich, some people say it's Leicester. I'll say it's 3 points. I'll say it's morale boost and something to really kick on for them. Now then, what we need to go do is go beat Club Brugge midweek because it's absolutely crucial that we go there and get that done. That could be make or break. So, look, the energy will be really good if we get that win as well. It's all pluses if we get that win. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Another great stream as per usual, and another win to be proud of as of late. Ipswich was a proud win, and this is an even prouder one. So controlled and all that. So I'm really, really happy with how we did. I think it's because of his comments saying the top 4 is never an aim for us this season, and he doesn't care if you don't get his objective, it's top 4 next season. For me, when you're doing as good as you were, because they were second, not too far behind Liverpool at one point, and you look at them now and they're fighting for top 4. Of course, I don't think Chelsea were ever in a title race, but, to say we're not in a title race is probably not the best thing to say when you're doing well. When you're doing well, I don't think your players want to hear we're not in a title race, despite you being second and a few points off Liverpool. Whether it's the truth or not, I don't think it's what should be said. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. A brilliant stream. And we'll be back probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Monday. But you're going to see me tomorrow probably on Connect Gaming at the very least. So, big ups to you all. This stream was an absolute blast because we actually got a win that we can be happy about. I will see you all in the next one.